Oi Pookie, if you want to scale to numbers like this, or like this, then you need to learn how to create high converting ads for any product you sell. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to kill a soup, especially Homelander, that took me bloody son and killed me wife right in front of me eyes. Wait, scratch all that, this is supposed to be an ad video. So in this video, I'm going to take this product I know absolutely nothing about and teach you how to come up with the ad ideas, the hooks, the scripts, and editing all of your clips together so you can pump out winning ads no matter what product you sell, even if you have no marketing or editing experience whatsoever. So how do you make a winning ad for a product that you know absolutely nothing about whatsoever? Well, I've noticed after studying thousands of winning ads and creating tons for my brands over the last couple of months that the style that's working the best right now is typically just having very minimal editing and ads that showcase a prominent creator. Usually, if you can have one main creator that's talking through their experience of using your product, like this ad right here that's doing over $100,000 a month and is just this girl showcasing the product, talking about why she loves it, all the different benefits. It's very natural. That is what's working the best. And that takes time because you have to do the research of finding clips that are high quality, where the creator is talking about multiple benefits of using the product that you can splice together in your ad. Now, that is the perfect scenario, but in many other cases, you are going to have to gather a bunch of clips from the internet of your product. I'm talking 5, 10, 15 different videos, and you are going to have to plan out a script with an AI voiceover that covers the benefits and the problems that your product solves. So those are the two distinct styles that are working the most right now. More raw style, where it's just one creator talking to the camera about their experience with the product, or the other style where it is more scripted, you have an AI voiceover, and then you're putting a bunch of clips together from other videos into making that ad. Now, before we start working on this product, the final thing you have to understand is your hook really does make the biggest difference in your ad's performance. If you don't have an engaging hook that gets your audience's attention and is specific to their pain points or the benefit/transformation that they want with your product, then they're going to keep on scrolling, and all of the legwork you did of making the body of your ad, your call to action perfect, will go unnoticed. So how do you make your hook stand out? Well, I have an entire video that details my 7 favorite hook examples, from visuals to different templates that I use, but this is a great example right here where this hook itself, the script isn't that crazy. It's just let's blow out my hair, but the visual will just strike you. I mean, that hook just reels you in and shows such a great example of the current situation that a lot of the target audience is dealing with, and they are very curious to see, yeah, how does this product solve this lion's mane right here? So your hook will make or break your ad, which is why it's so important to marry the visual with something that's captivating and showcases the problem or the desired result your target audience has by using your product, and then having your script that calls out your target audience as well. So as a first example for this dash cam, I obviously haven't done any research, and we'll talk about that as we go on, but I could imagine that it's something along the lines that if you've ever nearly been in a car crash, then watch this video, and then we can have a very engaging visual of obviously a car crash either happening or someone barely avoiding that to get their attention. So enough blue ballsing you, let's actually get into some research, because that is the key to making high converting ads that are better than your competitors, having a deeper understanding of your target audience. So for me, when we get into this product, the first step I'm always going to do is start reading reviews online of this product, because I never want to make the assumption that I know exactly why someone is buying, because you would be shocked that when you do the research, a lot of the times there are other problems or other use cases of the product that you really didn't think about. So for me, the first step is always looking up similar products or the exact product on Amazon. In this case, it's a dual dash cam. So anything that's a dual dash cam, it doesn't have to be the exact same model. I will go to the review section and I will read exactly why people are buying this. What were the use cases? What do they like about it? What don't they like about this dash cam? And that's what I'm going to use in all of my marketing, because that is going to be the most relatable to them. So when I go through these reviews, I'm going to read about 50 to 100 different reviews, and I'm going to move over the most common lines that I see over and over and over again. So for instance, with this first review, we see video quality is crisp and the installation is simple. Now, this could be a one-off where only this person cares about the video quality being crisp, and if that's the case, then I'm not going to mention that in my ads. However, if I constantly see a review after review after review that people keep mentioning about how simple it is to install and how the video quality is amazing, then of course, then we have to mention that in our ads, because that's what people truly care about. So I'm going to go through about 2 to 3 different Amazon product pages and read pages upon pages of reviews, gather the most common traits I've noticed among all the reviews in terms of those benefits, the problems, the things they care about, out and move that over to a Word document. Now, the second way I do my research is I do hop onto competitors that are also selling this product, and I do the exact same process where I will read their description, I will look at their reviews on their website to again get more benefits, more headlines, more problems in my research. And in a lot of cases, the big brands will have already done the legwork for you where they've tested different ways of saying the problems and the messaging of the benefits, so you can just copy and paste that over to your store. Now, with this store, I'm gonna be honest, copy is not great, so let's look at another one of the competitors here. So 360 protection, okay, cool. Full HD recording, so clearly that seems to be a common trend that people really care about the quality of the footage of this dash cam. Now, if we keep on scrolling down, they mentioned specific use cases. So yeah, if you're parking in a public space and someone messes with your car, you will have camera footage of that. That is a great use case that, yeah, I didn't really think about because I'm always just thinking about, okay, this is going to be something that people use when they drive, but parking can be a great use case as well. Now, the research train doesn't stop here, folks, because the next step is I'm going to go onto YouTube, I'm going to go onto Reddit, PP ads, Facebook ad library, and look up the keywords of my product. And again, get more benefits, more problems, more research, because you want to get to the point where you could literally step into the skin of your customers. You can go to their homes and pretend to be their wives, and they wouldn't even notice the difference because you understand them at such a fundamental level. So as an example on PP ads, I looked up dual dash cam, and as we can see here, this top video, obviously 10 million views. Yeah, we're going to want to take some inspiration. So what did they do here that got people's attention? So in the hook, all right, they're showing an example of, okay, so basically nearly got into an accident. Honestly, that's not even that bad in my opinion, but we can see that that's the type of hooks that we should be trying. So actually showing the use case of when this is important in your life to have. Now, after you do all that research, you should have a document that usually is about 5 to 10 pages long of you copy and pasting reviews, copy and pasting benefits from product descriptions, and just lines you notice from the top ads. So as an example, this is with a shower head filter that I was selling this week, and you can see lines and lines from different product pages, from different ads that I saw, and just the main things that I took note of that we should be saying in our ads. So have effortlessly glowing skin, get salon results every day, but you can just tell after you read this document, you are going to know everything about why your customer would want to buy a water filter shower head, even if 30 minutes ago you knew nothing about the reasons why. And this is the difference between the beginner that does no research and just rips ads because they're freaking lazy, and I'm looking at you right here, buddy, and the pros that actually will put in just an hour or two of research, knows exactly where to look for that research, and then compiles this list together to come up with the right hooks, the right problems, and the right scripts that make their ads stand out and actually make them new compared to just copying what everyone else does. Now take a screenshot of this document because these are the main questions that I answer before I start writing scripts and after I do all of my research. So after you do about an hour of research, you should understand to a T, this is my target audience. These are the main pain points that they want to solve. Here are their desires and goals when they buy my product. What sucks about the other products on the market? Why don't they like them? Why do they object to buying other products on the market, etc., etc. Now for me, I've gotten to the point where I've had a killer ChatGPT prompt where I will just plug in about 15 to 20 reviews that were the top ones that I noticed, and then I'll ask it these questions and have it summarize it for me. Now I'm an absolute dunce who forgot to fill out the little placeholder here, but this is the prompt if you're a professional copywriter who's selling blank with TikTok and Facebook ads, and then I just put in my reviews, and as I scroll on down, I ask ChatGPT all these questions, and bada bing, bada boom, drivers concerned with safety and accountability is my main target audience. Here are the main value prompts, which, yeah, high quality video recording, the ease of installation, what benefits actually matter to them, what are the pain points, this is the big one, so safety and incident recording, the high cost of alternatives. This is all of the juicy golden nugget information that I am going to need to write scripts that speak directly to my customer instead of being generic and bad ads that everyone is just going to skip. All right, quick timeout. I know you're enjoying today's video, but if you are looking for the fastest way to shortcut the learning curve of dropshipping and scale your dropshipping brand from 0 to 1 grand a day in the next 90 days, especially if you've been doing this for a few weeks, months, or years and you're still losing money, then you need to have a one-on-one coach. So thankfully, we have a few spots open if you want to work with my team and I one-on-one so that we can help you choose the right products instead of wasting time and money on the wrong products, and also just give you our winning product page templates that have generated over 7 figures in sales and teach you how to create irresistible offers for all the products that you're going to be selling. And finally, we're going to teach you how to create winning ads for any product that you sell so that you know how to make a product into a winner rather than praying that your next test is going to be a winner. We also offer 6 calls a week plus 24/7 messaging with with a dedicated one-on-one coach so that you get all the accountability and support you're ever going to need to scale from 0 to 1 grand a day, like our students Matt, Tim, and so many others that have scaled from 0 to 5, 10 grand days. And on top of all that, we do have a guarantee where if you don't hit 1 grand a day in the next 90 days, then we will keep coaching you for free until you do. So if you're interested in getting started, then I would recommend booking a call down below with our team to see if we're the right fit to help you scale. Now, once you do all your research, you need to figure out what concepts are you going to hit for this product. So that could be problem solution, how to, 3 reasons why. A concept is just basically the way you present the information of your ad. And there's multiple different frameworks or concepts that I like to call it as. So for this product, since it is a problem solving product, problem solution is usually the biggest, most common ad framework that you have to nail down. That is what I would say 90% of ads typically are problem solution in the format of their information. So let me just show you real quick. This is a Notion document that all my one-on-one students have that breaks down the most common frameworks that we love to hit. So for problem solution, that's basically just hook, problem, solution, product demo, benefits, and a call to action. Now there's a few variations of every single concept that you can do. So you can do hook, then a reaction, benefit, solution. So I find that you should have these variations because for me personally, when I choose a concept that I want to test with, I usually am making 4 original video ads for that concept. So instead of just having one problem solution video, then I whip up 3 different hooks and that's 4 ads right there. I actually will do 4 original scripts. So I'll have one that follows this script, one that follows this script, one that follows this one, and they're just slightly different from each other. Usually they have slightly different hooks and problems. So that way I can test different messaging in the same concept to see what resonates with my audience the most. Now, for the sake of this video not being 4 hours long, I'm just gonna make one video ad in front of you and we'll do a problem solution one so you can see exactly how that works. But if I was to test this product, as I mentioned earlier, and I am gonna do that on TikTok, I'm gonna choose 4 different frameworks. So for me, I'd probably do problem solution. Social proof is a great one. Before and after doesn't really make sense here, but I would definitely do problem solution, social proof. Don't buy this. So yeah, don't buy this product or why I stopped using this, which is a negative hook. And we talk about that in my hooks video, which you should be checking out. And then for the 4th one, I mean, there's so many different ones. Potentially, I could see doing a dramatic demonstration. So yeah, showing like a car crash happening, that would be a really good concept too. So now that we figure out one of our concepts right here, we need to plan out the scripts and especially those juicy hooks. So with hooks for most problem solution ads, they're typically just, if you're like me, or if you have problems, then keep watching, or buy this product, or you need this product. So we need to first figure out what is that problem that we're going to use to identify and call out our target audience. So I've written down 4 different potential problems. Now for your product, maybe it only solves 1 or 2 problems, but you could say those 1 or 2 problems in so many different ways. So I have the first problem here as protecting yourself in case of future accidents. The next ad will be capturing just reckless drivers in your area so you can report them. And then the next one, proving blame in accidents, and then your car getting hit in a parking lot, because those are 4 pretty unique problems. And we don't know which one of these problems will resonate with our audience the most. This is why we're split testing instead of just making one ad with one problem and then, okay, maybe we'll just change the hook, which is just, in my opinion, not enough. But let's just say you have a product that really only solves one main problem, and that's perfectly fine, because in this case, if I split test all this messaging, realistically, one of these problems is going to perform better than all the others. So when I identify that, the next step is I need to figure out what hook templates can I use to plug in this problem, because we can say this in so many different ways. I could say, if you've nearly been in a car accident, then you need this product, or if you have dangerous drivers in your area, then you need this product. Again, there's so many different ways we can message that same problem in slightly different ways. And that's exactly why when I write hooks for any product nowadays, I have this document right here that I will reference all of the time to try different messaging styles for the same problem. So for instance, I could do, if you struggle with a problem, watch this. I could do, if we scroll on down, my biggest regret is not buying this sooner. Or before you scroll, if you have dangerous drivers in your area, then you need this product. Or stop scrolling if you have nearly been in a car accident in the last 12 months. So for this ad, I'm going to be using this template right here, but playing around a little bit with it because I'm a bit of a rebel. I don't play in your rule book. I create my own rules. So we have hook, context, and then I'm going to do solution, product demo, and some benefits. So let's get into that right now. Now, hook, protecting yourself in case of future accidents. What hook could definitely identify my target audience there? I would say if you have problem is usually the best framework. So if you have dangerous drivers in your area, or if you have nearly been in an accident, then you need this product, or you need to watch this video, something along those lines. So I did, if you drive in an area with tons of reckless drivers, then you need this product. Now, I want to get into context. So try to come up with a relatable scenario where, yeah, that does happen to me all the time. So people can realize, oh my gosh, I do have this problem. So for me, I live in Miami. People are usually the worst drivers on planet Earth here. They are absolute animals. They are not human. So I could do something along those lines. So if you drive an area with tons of reckless drivers, then you need this. Now, I could say that, oh, I just recently moved to Miami and I have never encountered so many bad drivers that are always on their phone, because that's usually the big problem. Now, quick pause, because if you're more on a budget but still want to learn my best strategies and tools for scaling up my own dropshipping stores, then I would recommend my Bold Ecom Discord, which for $99 a month will not only give you a step-by-step course that will teach you everything you need to know to go from $0 to $1 grand a day, including how I find winning products, the tools that I use, Jungle Scout, Manea, PP ads. Those all cost over $750 a month, but you will get access to them by joining this program, and also get my product page templates, my ad templates that you can copy and paste to test any product and make sales today with. Now, along with all those amazing perks, we do 2 group calls every single week where I'll answer your questions, review your website, review your ads personally, one-on-one, like you have me as your own coach, for only $99 a month. Honestly, it is just amazing the amount of value you get. And our other group call is with my coach Antonio, who will do product research live with you so you can see exactly what products we love and what products you should never be testing. And on top of all those amazing things you can see here, we are constantly updating this with new ads that are currently winning so you can get inspiration, new winning products that you can currently test and scale with today, and so many more amazing benefits, all for only $99 a month. So if you're interested, click the link in my description. So let's do something like this. I can't tell you how many times I nearly got into an accident. I know, very slow speller. I nearly got into an accident since I moved to Miami, because people, I can't spell, I'm dyslexic, are constantly on their phones. So I decided to get this dual dash cam that films the front and back of your car so you're protected if you ever get into an accident. Again, so many different ways we can word this, but now we've gotten that transition and we need to just say some benefits. So maybe 1 to 2 benefits, then a call to action. And after doing my research, the high quality video was something mentioned quite a lot, and the easy installation. So I want to try to fit both of those in very, very quickly. So it records high quality video for hours, but I expanded upon that idea because, let's be honest, that's just a feature. Why does it matter that it can do that? Well, that means you have peace of mind every time you drive or park your car in public. Now, I love this sentence because it handles so many objections all in one, because it's easy to set up, it's affordable, so price objection handled, and works with any vehicle, so no one will comment down below saying, oh, this won't work for my car. And then finally, we have a call to action. There's so many different ways you can do that, by doing either a sale or having some urgency. I wanted to do more of a casual call to action of just check it out by clicking the link down below. Congratulations, soldier, you have now finished your first ad script. Now, obviously, for this problem solution angle, we have 3 more scripts we have to write out. So I did write out another one just to show you kind of the nuances and the slight differences, because once you write out your first script, it's pretty easy to write the other ones that you have to do for your original videos. So as you can see right here, we have our full script. Now for the next one, we know we need to do a different problem. So in this case, we're doing capturing reckless drivers. Now, I will admit this hook also could work for that, but we did stop scrolling if you want to stay protected. So a different hook, and then the next line of context is a bit different. So it's frustrating driving in Miami as people speed or text while driving. So again, just a variation of this, and then every single line is just a slightly different variation. So I got this dash cam, so if I ever get hit, it records in 4K, so I have peace of mind. Now this benefit line is the exact same because I really liked it, but if I had other benefits that I didn't get to say in the first script, then I would definitely want to drop those into the other ones, and that's why it's so great to have multiple scripts for each concept. Now, once you have your script, I recommend going to 11 Labs and start generating an AI voiceover. I really like the Ethan one, which is a
young, hot, 6'3" American dropshipping stud, which you may not all have access to. I'll just play him real quick. I mean, honestly, his voice is smooth like honey.
But in reality, 11 Labs has a whole library of different voices that I would recommend just playing the sample to figure out what voices you like. Now, for me personally, I believe the best one that I've used the most is Hope. Hope is by far, I would say, the most advanced, most natural voice. So we're gonna click on use voice here. I'm gonna throw in my script just like this, and we're gonna generate the speech. Now, when it comes to these stabilities and similarities, I do sometimes play around and have more variability to it because I do like to have slightly more emotion, and then I will lower the similarity, but it's totally up to you. You just have to try it a few times times and figure out what is the most natural. So now that we have our scripts, it's time to find the content to make these ads come to life. Now, my 4 favorite ways of finding content to make high converting ads for any product is first going on to TikTok and looking up multiple versions of the keywords of your product. So for me, I'm doing this dual dash camera and I'm doing for car, and I'll see what videos actually feature my exact model. Now, there will be some videos that have products that are very, very similar to the point where, oh my God, what the hell is going on in that video? But it's very negligible. So I would say it's totally fine to use those videos when testing. Now, another great way, going to PP ads, doing the same thing, looking up the keywords, and you'll see tons of different ads like this one right here with 10 million. I'm definitely going to gather some clips from that. Now, the other 2 great ways is YouTube Shorts. This is very, very underrated. Looking up the keywords and you'll see tons of new videos that have not been posted anywhere else. And then the final great way, and this honestly, I don't know what kind of black magic wizardry Manea uses, but if you upload an image of your product, it will find ads from all over the internet that feature your exact product, which is crazy. I don't know how it works. Honestly, this kind of technology could probably help me find my dad that left 15 years ago, and is why I have to make YouTube videos on the internet to get a sense of validation and attention that I never got when I was a child. Now, once you download all these clips from the internet, you're usually going to have at least 10 to 20 different videos where you're going to be splicing different clips from each one to make your ads. It's like a Frankenstein process. Now, next step is going to be we add our AI voiceover script from 11 Labs into our CapCut timeline. And from here, you're going to notice these little pauses. So what I'm going to do is just cut these out and most likely speed up the voice just a tad so that I can save some time. So now we save 5 seconds on that voiceover just by cutting down the pauses, which is really, really solid and does make a difference, especially with TikTok and the brain rot attention spans. Now, the next step is we have to choose what clip corresponds with the different lines. So our first line is about dealing with reckless drivers. So obviously we want a visual that corresponds with that. We need to show the problem in action. So I downloaded a few car crash clips off of TikTok, as you can see right here, and we have 5 different options. I'm most likely going to switch between 2 for the hook because it is a little bit longer. So we can do 2 seconds for one of these clips of, yeah, we have this girl who crashed into Popeyes, which, I mean, I guess when you're hungry and you'll do whatever it takes, but golly, that Beamer. Poor baby. And then we had another one where this cop gets hit. I really like this one though because it's so authentic and it's a really high quality clip of this idiot just absolutely ramming into those 2 cars. And then this one's more natural and shows a dash cam. So I feel like these last 2 are probably going to be what we go with. So I decided to go with 1 clip just to let it breathe a little bit more. And then for our second line, it also just corresponds with the idea of still mentioning the problem. So as you can see right here,
I swear I can't tell you how many times since I moved to Miami that I nearly got in an accident because drivers here are constantly on their phones.
So I could have maybe did 1 more car accident, but I feel like that would just be a little bit too much. But usually the general rule of TikTok editing is you're going to switch the visual every 2 to 3 seconds. So that is best practice, but I feel like with this one, I want to let it breathe a little bit more because these are very engaging visuals. So the hook, I let it breathe. It's very engaging because it's a car crash, for God's sake. Another car crash into the Popeyes. And as soon as she transitioned her sentence, because about halfway here, you can see that pause, I switched the clip. So when you notice pauses, when sentences end, usually that's when you're going to introduce a new clip. So just listen real quick here.
Many times since I moved to Miami that I nearly got in an accident because drivers here are constantly on their phones.
So when she said Miami, there was a little bit of a pause, and that's when we decided to switch the clip, which makes sense. So let's listen to our next line here and think of what would make sense. So
I decided to get this dual dash cam that films the front and back of your car so you're protected.
all right, so I would say there we're probably going to do 2 clips, and this is where we do product intro. So I need to cut some clips together of people using the product in action. So I cut down a few of the longer form clips to show the product in action. So we'll figure out which one together really fits the line. So the line again is,
so I decided to get this dual dash cam that films the front and back of your cars.
So we want to show the filming of the front and back of the car. Now this one shows the high quality footage, so I feel like this would be great for the next line. But do we have footage that shows the front and back? This one's showing some previous footage. This one's, yeah, this one right here is showing that product in action the right way. So we're going to move that over, and then we're going to cut on down a little bit. So let's see here so we can see the front and back.
So I decided to get this dual dash cam that films the front and back of your car.
So I'd say front and back of your car, we get the idea because it's showing that there. Now, do we want to cut to another clip?
So you're protected if you ever get into an accident.
Well, at the beginning of that video, she was showing the footage of a potential car accident. So I feel like that would be a good little transition clip. So we can have 2 for that specific line. So we'll just cut to the point in which she was almost hit, apparently. So there was a white car. Okay, so it was right around there. So let's just see real quick how that looks.
The front and back of your car so you're protected if you ever get into an accident.
So yeah, I would say that's about where it happens. So we're gonna cut that. Maybe we'll let that breathe a little longer because yeah, the start of it happened right around there. So we might have to just lower this clip so we can fit it all in. When does this line end?
So you're protected if you ever get into an accident.
Okay, so it ends right there. So that means we actually have more breathing room. So let's just see again real quick. And this is, you have to fiddle around a bit with this to get it exactly right. So let me do full screen. We'll see
that I nearly got in an accident because drivers here are constantly on their phones. So I decided to get this dual dash cam that films the front and back of your car so you're protected if you...
I will admit that footage is super blurry, so we might have to actually expand this one. We're also gonna make this just a tad bigger so it's easier to see the screen. Now, I know there's a bunch of text on here. We're gonna be able to get rid of that. We'll just place an overlay with our own captions and we should be perfectly fine. So we have that
dual
now.
Dash cam that films the front and back of your car so you're protected if you ever get into an accident.
Awesome.
It records high quality video.
So now we want the high quality video, and I believe this would make a ton of sense because in this clip, it's actually a really, really good transition where the guy's pointing at the camera and then he actually shows the actual footage from his laptop, as you saw right there. All right, so we got this clip right here of the guy pointing at the camera, then showing the actual footage on his laptop to prove that it's high quality. So again, let's just make sure that fits.
It records high quality video for hours, so you have peace of mind every time you drive or park your car in public. This one is super easy to set up.
Yeah, I think that definitely works. Now, what's our next line from here?
This one is super easy to set up, affordable, and works with any vehicle.
All right, so this should just be showing the setup process of someone just sticking it on their car, showing how easy it is. So I wonder if we have any footage here of that. This guy has it in his hand. This girl has it in her hand too. And then she's setting it up like that. To an extent is kind of setting it up here. Hard to say because they're not exactly setting it up, but I feel like this clip is gonna have that.
So I haven't gotten it installed yet, but I did want to come and show it to you.
Yeah, she didn't even install it. All right, so I have this clip that's about 6 seconds long where this girl's kind of fiddling around with putting it back in. God, negative 10,000 aura right there. So I might have to just speed up this clip a little bit. So for that, we're gonna go to speed and I would say 2x. Let's just see how that looks.
This one is super easy to set up, affordable, and works with any vehicle.
Yeah, I think that's about the length of this clip. Where does it end? It ends about here. So actually we could maybe make it a little bit less. Well, let's try 1.8 and then we'll just get rid of the beginning part a little bit there because we want to end right at the end of that line. And maybe we can just extend it a bit and let's just see real quick.
This one is super easy to set up, affordable, and works with any vehicle.
I think that's perfect. And then last clip, we just need a call to action. So what would be a good call to action? Again, I think it's just showing the product in action and this could be it. I'll figure it out. And we got the final clip right there and bada bing, bada boom. This casserole's almost ready to be eaten, but we gotta add some spices, the paprika, the salt, the pepper. I know I'm a white guy. I like to eat my white chicken unseasoned, but when it comes to my ads, I like to do a little bit extra. So what we're gonna do now that we have everything there is we're gonna add some auto captions just so that if people are watching the video without volume, which is a large percentage of people, they can also watch the ad without needing it. So we went to captions, we clicked on generate. We're gonna give it a little bit of time and bada bing, bada boom, there she is. Now we have this apply to all turned on, which basically means if you make changes to any one of the captions, so in terms of the design, they will all change together. Now, typically the best style, I pretty much always keep it the same where it's the white text, black outline, just like this. This is the bread and butter. Now, if you had faces, so let's say for instance, we had a person talking and their face was right down the middle, don't put the text on their face. That's just a distraction. So either you're gonna put it on the upper third or the lower third. Now, some of these captions, the length of them are a little bit long, so I'm just gonna separate them like that, which creates a new caption so that way it's easier to read, a little bit more digestible. Is there any other one that's super long? I would say this one's a bit long, so we're gonna do that. So I'm just clicking the enter key, so just skip a line and we'll do that as well for this one. Now, there are other design options you can do with your captions. I really do like the templates option. So if you go to text, then templates, there's a few that will bounce and just be super interactive if you're on the pro plan. So we have this one right here,
so I decided,
which looks really good. You can play around with it. There's ones that do one word at a time, which are super in your face. I think those are a little bit too ADD even for me. Let's try
front
this one
and back
right
of
here.
your car so you're protected.
And it's got the emojis that pop up just naturally. I think that's really, really good. So now make sure you're actually proofreading the work that CapCut does, because sometimes with the auto captions, they will add words that actually aren't in your script. So let's just go through and make sure that's correct.
That I nearly got in an accident because drivers here are constantly on their phone. Time you drive or park your...
Yeah, so we did or drive twice here. God Dang it, CapCut. Trying to make me look like a fool. Now, the final cherry on top of our ad is we need to get our music on this. Now, I like two different methods for getting music. One is doing a trending song from TikTok, which you can do by looking up trending sounds on TikTok on the mobile version, because on the mobile version, you can actually sort by videos that are more recent, so within the last 7 days, the last 30 days. But if you're on desktop, there's also the TikTok Billboard Top 50, where you can see what songs are obviously trending. Oh my God, I can't stand this song anymore. I can't listen to it one more time. $1 Million Baby. If I played it right now, I'd also not be making any money from YouTube. So not going to play any of these songs, but you can get the idea. I mean, your boy's got child support and his Porsche 911 payments, so can't play any copyright stuff. And then the second option, which we can play, is downloading songs from Epidemic Sound, which has a non-copyright song library. So from here, you can go to different genres like pop or different beats. I'm usually just doing beats, so songs with no vocals where they're faster paced and it doesn't really feel like an ad, because a lot of songs can feel like ads. So you have to go through, do your due diligence, and then save the songs you like. And then obviously we'll add those as the final step. So now we have the music track added, and we need to lower this so it's not competing with our main AI voiceover. So usually I lower this by 20 to 30 decibels. It depends. This audio track's actually pretty loud, so we might actually do it by 30. Let's just see real quick how it sounds.
If you drive in an area with tons of reckless drivers, then you need this. I swear I can't tell you how many times.
Yeah, I would say that balance actually isn't that bad. Now I'd say this video is good to go, but we're gonna add some final little sprinkles. I know you're saying, Ethan, there's no way there's more stuff. I do like to add a hook text onto each video. So I like to do something that's funny, that usually gets comments, likes, and engagement. So I could see for this first clip, because this person's crashing into someone, we could do a text on screen like POV when Taco Bell hits, or POV she texted you that she's home alone because you're driving that fast. So to add your own text, we're just going to go to this text option real quick, and we're going to drag this to be the full duration of just our hook, and we'll put this at the top here. And yes, usually these are always POV. Obviously, you can do it based on your product. And then we're just going to grab an emoji from Emojipedia that we're going to put at the end of this text right here. And of course, as we mentioned earlier, I like to do the white with a black outline, so when the Taco Bell hits all at once. Now, there's multiple things we do. I like to keep it funny. You can keep it related to the problem of your product. That's perfectly fine. I just like to have this for engagement purposes. Now, the final sprinkles you can do is, if you have some clips in your ad that are a little bit lower res, meaning the quality isn't great, you can actually go into CapCut in the video section, then basic. And if you go to enhance image, this will automatically increase the quality of that clip. So I'm not going to do it for these clips because I don't really need it. I'd say the final thing, I do have all of this text on this clip. So realistically, what I might have to do is that for these specific captions, I may have to change them to have a background behind them. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be the best option, or we just have to kind of crop it out. So we are going to do a background. We might have to change the style so that it's not the animation anymore and it's just the regular. And then we're going to grab that. So I decided to get this, and that should cover the first line. But yeah, the bottom line, that might be a little tougher. So yeah, we'll play around.
So I decided to get this dual.
So I just decided to zoom in a little bit more, so that way I cut off the text. So that's one way of doing it. But obviously, if you didn't want to do the animations with your captions, you could just decide to do the bubble background, and that would also hide it as well. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, if you want a few more examples of the top performing hooks that I use in my best ads that help me scale to 100 grand a month and beyond, then watch this video next.